In this video, I'm going to show you the best way to throw the lead hook to your opponent, and that is off the jab. So the first thing you do when you start sparring or drilling is you want to establish the jab. So I want to manage the distance and then get my jab working. Get the lead jab working. You can jab to the head, jab to the body. Once I do that and get my opponent looking at the jab, I'm going to start hooking off the jab. So the first way you can hook off the jab is when I hit my opponent with the jab, I'm going to load or employ a slip and then throw that lead hook. So it's going to look like this. So I'm here. Once I get my opponent looking at the jab, moving my head, I can jab, slip, throw that lead hook off the jab. All right. The only problem with that sometimes is when I jab and slip, a lot of opponents, especially if they got good game, is they see that outside slip and then they circle away because they know you're going to throw a hook or something off that slip. So the first one is I jab, slip, hook to the head. Now to mix things up, I'm going to change the rhythm up. Instead of slipping, I'm going to bump it off the jab. So once I jab, I'm just going to pull the hand back and then just throw a short lead hook to the head. So it's going to look like this. Pop, pop. This is the way I like to do it more. So if we're moving around, I'm just going to pop, pop. Okay, you see how I'm doing that? Pop, pop. And then I can move my head after my last punch or use my footwork. So the first way, watch the difference. Pop, pop. Second way, I'm going to bounce it or bump the hook off the jab. Pop, pop. Okay? Now, once you start throwing the hook to the head off the jab, then you can throw the hook to the body. So same thing applies. I can jab, slip, throw that hook to the body. Okay? I can jab, slip, hook. Or I can bump it or bounce it a little bit more, but I still have to load the body hook. Because what I don't want to do is this. I don't want to stand in front of my opponent and just hook like this. First of all, I'm right in line of sight of his right hand. I want to get my head offline. So what I'm going to do is pop, pop. So I just do a little shift and then bring it up. So watch the difference. I'm going to jab, slip, hook to the body, or I can bump it while I'm here. Bump, here, and then I can move my head or continue punching after I throw the hook to the body. Now, once you throw the hook to the head and body off your jab to the head, I'm going to jab to the body, and I can do the same thing, except it'll be a little different. Because when I get my head on, when I throw the body jab, I'm going to get my head offline. So what I'm going to do is throw that body jab and then slip and then come up with the lead hook to the head. All right, so I'm here, body jab, slip, hook. Okay, or I can kind of shorten that loading process, that slipping process to load that hook, and I can just go here, here, bring it right up. Body jab, my head comes to the center, and I come up. So that's the two ways you can do it. I can throw the body jab, my head comes here to the outside, bring the hook up, or I can body jab, my head goes to the center, and I bring up that left hook. Because I'm in a low crouch position, I'm a little bit safer from that right hand. Same thing with the body. I could be here, I can jab, load, body hook, or I can jab, bring it to the middle, bring that body hook right up. All right? Whether his arm's in the way, I'm gonna hit him in the arm. If his arm is up, I hit him in the liver, doesn't matter. So those are some different ways you can hook off the jab. So now once you start hooking off the jab, I'm gonna start doubling up the hook off the jab. Okay, firing a double left hook to the head, going double left hook to the body, or mixing it up, going head, body, or body, head. So we'll do the first one here. I establish the jab. Remember, establish the jab. Get him looking at the jab. If he's worried about your quick, hard jab, that's what's going to set up those hooks off the jab. So I'm here. Maybe I get him looking at the jab, move my head, and then I'm going to throw the jab, hook to the head, but I'm going to double up the hook to the head. So I can go jab, hook, hook. Okay? So again, move around, get the jab going, and then I'm going to jab, hook, hook. Then move my head after my last punch. Same thing to the body. Again, looking at the jab, and then jab, pop, pop. Usually how I do it is, when I do that double hook to the head, I hit, bring the shoulder again, forward, and hit. So again, I jab, hit, hit, rebound it. Just like to the body, jab, I slip, body, bring the shoulder forward, then hit that body. So once I get the double hook to the head and the double hook to the body, then I can change levels. So I might jab to the head, hook to the head, hook to the body. Okay? Do it again. I can jab, hook to the head, hook to the body. Or I can reverse it. I can jab to the head, hook to the body, hook to the head. Now, once another variation of the double hook off the jab is instead of kind of slipping or loading the double hook, I'm going to add in that weaving motion. So again, I do it again. I go jab, hook, weave, hook to the head. So again, jab, slip, hook, weave, hook. Or I can do it to the body. I can jab, body, weave, body. Okay, now I'm working in defense and offense simultaneous. So if he decides to throw when I'm throwing, I'm weaving. I can weave those punches. So again, I can jab, hook, hook. I can just double it up, or I can jab, hook, weave, hook to the head and body. So once you start hooking off the jab, you want to start following up with other combinations and punches. So for instance, if I do that first one, I jab and hook, and then I can come with the right hand or left hook. Start throwing combinations. Maybe I'm moving around, I jab, hook, I can go body, body, head. Okay? And a good way to do that is just to drill it with your partner. All right? Drill it. So if we're just moving around, maybe he's just throwing a jab out there so I can work my head movement. He's trying to touch me, jab. All right? And then I can jab him. Jab back, and I set up, move. He's throwing that jab back. Then when I feel ready, jab, hook. I can hook off it. Then maybe I can do some combinations and then go back out. So there's different ways you can drill it with a partner. You can work it on the heavy bag. And then eventually, when you get that, you start getting good at hooking off the jab, then you can start doing it in sparring. Have a good day.